Hey everybody, it's Eric with Eric's Garage AZ coming at you with another episode of What's in Your Garage. This time it's part 2 from Airpark Motorsports featuring Christian giving us a ride along in a wicked fast Gasser. Well, hey everybody, it's Eric with Eric's Garage AZ coming at you today. Another episode of What's in Your Garage. And today I happen to be with Christian from Airpark Motorsports. Christian, it's nice seeing you again, man. We saw you around a couple shows. Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely.
And we are here to check out this really cool Willys, and Christian, tell us about this car. It's got some really cool history.
It does.
You share with me off camera a little bit. What's the real deal with this car, man? It's really
Absolutely.
cool.
Well, so this is a 53 Willys Aero Falcon, and what's cool about it is it's been owned by the same person for their entire life. This car is owned by Fred Wagenhals, who Fred is actually one of the top 25 most influential people of NASCAR.
Oh, no kidding.
He owned Action Diecast and Performance. So, long story short, Fred bought this car in 1958. It was his first car. He took it home. He said, man, this thing's slow. First thing he did was pull it into his parents' garage in Marion, Ohio, pulled the motor out of it, he put a small block Chevy in it, and he was off to drag racing.
No kidding.
So Fred's been...
This car is 61 years old, 1958,
yeah.
61 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Fred's had it for 61 years.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So he's had it for 61 years. He drag raced it his entire childhood, all around Marion, Ohio, between him and Bullet Bob Reed. They went to high school together, and you know, he won tons of drag races in it when he was a kid, and you know, he still has it. Managed to never wreck it. Managed to
cool.
hold on to it.
That's what we're talking about here. Now, obviously, this is not a original engine here.
No.
So it's Brodix. Tell me a little bit about the engine and the blower setup and what kind of horsepower we're pushing here.
So it's a small block Chevy. It's got Brodix heads. It's obviously got a supercharger on it, old school style with the dual carbs. You know, it's something that's probably around 600 horsepower.
Okay.
Now
you said old school supercharger, which is right here, and then dual carbs. So they're dual carburetors. They're quadrojet carbs.
Yep.
Jets? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
You know, so this car has been this way since the early 90s. Fred did this up like this. It's gone through tons of transformations. It started out its life as white, then it was gray primer when he was drag racing, and then he went to white, back to white, and then he went to red, and then now it's back to white. And so he's kind of been all over the place with it. I mean, he had it with no hood for the longest time, so he could fit the blower in there.
Let's take a look at this here, man. This is cool. It's a street charger there, and that's your intake, folks. That opens up when you step on the throttle to let air in, so the supercharger can suck it in there. Now you said, what is the model of this car again?
It's a Willys Aero Falcon.
So is that why we have the arrow up there?
Yes, it is.
Let's check that. Oh, look at this. Oh my God, will you look at that. Let's take a look here. There's a W. Look at this thing. It's like pin straight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You said it was never wrecked.
Never wrecked.
And all the drag racing you did.
Yep, all the drag racing. Yep.
So he's a good racer.
Yes, sir.
He takes chances, but he never wrecked it.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. And this original hardtop wasn't chopped or nothing like that, right?
It's just the way it sits. I mean, if you take a look at the inside, I mean, if that doesn't scream 50s, I don't know what does. He's even got the fuzzy dice in the mirror.
Let's take a look at this here, all right? Fuzzy dice are cool. This thing is just off the chart cool, folks. So looks like it's an automatic.
Yes.
Okay, cool, cool.
Which,
how many speed? Like 2 speed for drag racing, or 3 speed?
It's a 3-speed.
3-speed, okay.
It's a 3-speed.
Okay.
You know, it spent its whole life driving it as a stick shift, and you know, Fred got a little bit older and he still wanted to be able to just cruise in it and have fun, and so he had some buddies of his making it automatic, just so you know, so he could just hang out and drive it.
Cool. This is a cool This is a really cool hang out and drive car, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine cruising around in this? Now, is this a trunk or is there a fuel cell back there?
Trunk. There's a fuel. There's a fuel cell in there.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of.
Can you run nitrous at all with this?
Nope.
Nope. All right. Any alcohol or?
Nope.
Just...
I mean, it runs on 100.
Okay.
We put 100 in it, and that's all it needs. And man, does it run good.
I bet. It sounded really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Look at how clean this is. And this is a really cool looking body style. I mean, you see the fenders here come up like that, or the rear quarter panel, I guess you could call it. Oh, yeah. And the stripes, and then look at this. Wow, 53. Wow. This is just really cool. And he's running some pretty good BF Goodrich meats there. What are those? What does that say? I can't read that.
Oh, that would be a 255 70 15.
Wow. So, you did mention that we can take this for a ride?
Absolutely.
Dude, this is going to be really cool and fun.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what people love is they love the cold start video. Now, obviously, we had to start up earlier. But let's fire this thing up before we go for a ride.
Absolutely.
How this thing runs. All right. Check it out, man. We get to go for a ride in this 1953 Willys, and he's going to fire it up for us here. This thing is just really, really super slick. Where's the exhaust come from?
Out back.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. And also they run 100 octane fuel, so you smell that fuel. It's really cool. I really hope you guys like watching this as much as I like doing this. Right now we're gonna go for a ride. Catch up with you in a minute, all right? Here we go. You know, honestly, this is the oldest car I've ever been in. Unless my parents had an older car like this when I was a youngster, but this is the oldest car I've ever been in for Eric's Garage AZ. And this is slick. Look at this. And we're gonna roll down the window here. Check it out. Crank style handles. Look at him smiling already. Hear that blower? Hear that? Hear that? Oh man. And these are old school analog gauges, right?
Oh yeah.
Your fuel looks a little low.
I know it's full.
Okay, good. All right. All right. Because I don't think AAA comes and picks up race cars like this. Although,
I don't think so.
You never know. Do you guys have your own truck for flatbedding, or do you use other people to haul your cars around?
You know, it's a little bit of both. I mean, you know, a lot of times all my clients, they have Haggerty, so they just have it towed over here.
Oh, okay.
99% of the time, and then, you know, when I got to tow around chassis and stuff like that, you know, get them powder coated and whatnot,
okay.
You know, we'll just throw it on the trailer and tow it around.
Gotcha. That makes total sense. You guys hear this? I mean, hear this engine? Hear that? That's what I'm talking about. That's cool, man. You smell that? Well, you guys can't smell the rubber. I smell that rubber. That got a little squirrely out here, didn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit of horsepower, a little bit of torque. What kind of torque you running on this thing?
I wish I could tell you.
Okay.
You know? I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't the one who built the motor.
All right.
Some fellas out in the East Coast did it a while back for Fred. On recommendation from one of his racing buddies, and you know, they did a real good job. I mean, it runs good, and you know, the car goes. It
does
has no
go.
problems with that.
Yeah, here we go. You guys hear that whine sound? That whine sound is actually the blower. So when he steps on it, the blower actually is sucking in more air to force it into the engine. That's what's called forced induction for y'all. This is just cool, man. So, do you ever take it on the track at all? Does Fred let you drive on the track or not so much?
You know, it hasn't been on the track. You know, we're looking here pretty soon. You know, we're gonna take it out to the drag strip and make a couple of runs between this and the old 39 Chevy just for some good times.
That's cool.
You know,
you guys take it out the Wild Horse Pass?
Yeah, that's where we go. You know, we'll go out. You know, we run them on like on the Wednesday night deal, and you know, it's a good time. I mean, you know, Fred's he's an older guy. You know, I mean, he's been drag racing since the 50s, but you know, he loves cars, man. That's what he's into. You know,
well, you said he's one of the 10 most influential people in NASCAR history.
He's one of the top 25 most influential people of NASCAR.
Wow. That's pretty incredible, man. I mean, and I saw some pictures of this guy. He's been around, man. He knows all the heavy hitters in NASCAR, drag racing, personal friends with John Force. He actually, if I'm not mistaken, dated a famous actress whose name I'm not going to give you right now. But the guy's incredible. He's got an incredible collection of cars. And this is just one of several, isn't it?
Yep. Just one of a few.
That's power, man. That's like serious cool power in this cool car. I mean, if you look at the condition of the leather interior, leather headliner, I mean, this is just fuzzy dice.
It's as 50s as it gets, man.
Yep. Gotta love the fuzzy dice, right? All right, guys. Well, anyhow, this is Eric with Eric's Garage AZ, and you can't sign off any cooler than being in a car like this. Christian, as we wrap up, is there anything else you want to say about this car?
Just this.
Well spoken. Remember, folks, like, subscribe, share, drive it like you stole it, bitches. Right?
That's right.
All right. See you guys.